The hut smelled of rotting fish and burned hair, making Imani's stomach turn. Mumba the bone reader stirred his bubbling pot with a finger bone, his shark-like teeth glinting in the firelight. "Little liar wants the smelly girl gone," he crooned, watching Imani's face twist with hatred. "Magic always has a price, and mine is the sacred book from your father's palace." Imani squeezed her hands tight. "What book? Father never mentioned." Mumba's big spoon slammed against the pot. "The one hidden beneath the throne, the one keeping Okasiwa safe." His voice dropped to a whisper. "Bring it to me, and Ojala disappears forever." Mumba the bone reader watched Imani, savoring her desperation. His pulse raced. This was the moment he'd waited for his entire life. The throne of Okasiwa. For generations, his clan had schemed to seize it. The throne's power, combined with his dark magic, would grant him unimaginable strength, eternal youth, dominion over Okasiwa, and eventually every neighboring kingdom. Yet King Imani had always been untouchable. No spell could break his reign, not while the sacred book protected him. Mumba's fingers twitched at the thought. But now this spoiled princess had delivered herself to his door. "Little liar," Mumba crooned, stirring the foul-smelling brew in his pot. His knife-like grin gleamed in the firelight. "I can make Ojala vanish forever," he emphasized. "You will remain Okasiwa's only princess, its future queen." His sarcastic laugh slithered through the hut like smoke. Imani's mind raced. "Why do you need this book?" she demanded. "I'll just ask father to—" "No!" Mumba's shout cracked like thunder. The pot's contents hissed as he slammed his spoon down. "No one can know." His voice dropped to a venomous whisper. "You will bring it secretly, or our deal drowns with your hopes." Imani recoiled. "You're asking me to steal from my own father?" Mumba resumed stirring, his eyes black with cunning. "Call it what you will. No book, no vanished rival." A glob of thick liquid dripped from his spoon. "Choose now, little liar, before time boils away." Imani crept through the moonlit palace, her silk slippers silent on the cold stone. The throne room loomed before her, its massive doors unguarded at this hour. Her heartbeat pounded in her ears like war drums as she slipped inside. There, beneath the golden throne, a faint blue glow shone through the cracks in the floor. Imani lifted the loose tile with trembling fingers. The book lay there, its leather cover pulsing with strange energy. It felt alive under her touch, like holding a sleeping beast. "Just a book," she told herself, tucking it into her robe, "for my rightful crown." Far away, Ojala woke suddenly in her chambers. The sea outside roared loudly, waves crashing against the shore like fists. Her monster friend thrashed in the water, its yellow eyes wide with fear. "Danger," it seemed to say. "Danger is coming." Back in his smelly hut, Mumba laughed wildly as Imani threw the book down in front of him. The second his skinny fingers touched it, the whole hut trembled. "Stupid princess," he spat. "This isn't just a book, it's the heart of Okasiwa, the one thing stopping my magic." He kicked over a jar of dark water. The creature inside, covered in blinking eyes, let out a happy scream. "Now," Mumba whispered, "see what true power can do." Imani certainly had no idea of the consequences of her actions. "So, when will you make Ojala go?" she asked impatiently, watching as Mumba cradled the sacred book. "Go home, little liar. Your wish has been granted," Mumba said loudly, his voice echoing through the walls of his hut. King Imani stumbled as the palace shook like a boat in rough water. Gold plates fell from tables, and the big light above swung wildly, making sharp shadows dance on the walls. Outside, the blue sea had turned dark and thick, like burned soup. People screamed in the distance as their fishing boats flipped over in the strange, angry waves. Everyone looked at the stone statue in the square. After years of being dry, its stone eyes now cried thick red tears, real blood this time, not black. The drops hit the ground with quiet tap sounds. Mulenga grabbed the king's arm so tight her fingers turned white. "The magic that kept us safe. It's broken," she whispered. The air felt thick, like the whole palace was too scared to breathe. Boom! The throne room doors blew apart into flying pieces. There was Mumba the witch floating just above the floor, covered in moving shadows that touched the walls like fire. The book he stole burned in his hands, its pages turning black as evil magic spread through the room. Queen Tapilwa screamed loud enough to hurt ears. "Guards!" But the soldiers didn't move, their spears shaking in fear. The shadows wrapped around Mumba's legs, making sounds that no person could make. "Your rule ends now," Mumba said in a scratchy voice. As he spoke, the shadows grew bigger, taking the shape of terrible monsters. Sharp horns, claws, and eyes that covered every space. Wave goodbye to your kingdom and bow to your new king." Imani watched in horror as everything unraveled before her eyes. Shivering, she realized that she had made a terrible mistake handing over the sacred book to Mumba. She thought of what to do next, but her mind froze solid, paralyzing her with fear. Suddenly, Mama Nia the fisherwoman burst into the room, panic evident in every feature of her face. "Where is Ojala?" she cried out urgently, only to find herself surrounded by chaos in the palace chamber. No one had the answer.